And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collaborators. My name is Chris. This is my channel, We Love Comics, and as always, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to one of my videos, because I got another spec book that I got using my eBay bucks. If you're not familiar with eBay bucks, unfortunately, it's not used around the world. It's only used in, I believe Canada uses it, but correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I know the United States and its territories. But if you live in the United States, especially, and double check with Canada just to make sure. I know England has a different program, but you sign up with eBay, their eBay Bucks program, where basically you get a percentage back for just making your regular purchases. So every quarter, they tabulate how many you've accrued over that time period, and you get to use them towards purchases, which is basically free money. So I've been able to get a lot of discounted and even free comics using the eBay Bucks program, and it is free to sign up for. So check eBay and see if it qualifies in your area. Like I said, I think England has a different name for it, a different version of it, and I believe Canada is allowed to use the eBay Bucks program, but double check just to make sure, because I don't live in Canada, so I cannot verify that to be true. So I got a modern key book here. This is definitely one people have asked about, and I wanted to wait until I showed this unboxing. Now, before I show this, I want to make sure everybody checks the live chat. It will also be in the description of this video and pinned to the top comment. Sign up for the cashback program, because if this is something that you're interested in buying, if you go on eBay or somewhere, if you sign up for the cashback program and spend $25 or more, which you will on this particular book, I mean, you can get it for under $25, you know, snatch it up. If you sign up for the cashback program by clicking on that link and spend $25 or more within the first 90 days, you get a $10 bonus cash back. So you have to use it in a certain amount of time, otherwise you lose that. So again, it's free money. There is nothing to pay for other than what you're already going to buy anyway. And again, like the eBay Bucks, check and see if there's any restrictions in your area. So with that being said, we're going to make sure, wait until the end, make sure you leave your comments in the live chat, because if you were in the live chat, I always do a surprise subscriber shout out. If you want one, all you have to do is make your presence known in the live chat, catch my attention, or maybe you're somebody new who wants one, you can ask, and if I see it, maybe you'll be it. So it pays to be in the live chat. I also did a poll earlier this morning. Hopefully you will participate. It's actually a pretty good one. The answers so far are pretty much spread out almost even. So when you see it, you'll understand why. So let me put on the video camera. And even though I am a diehard Yankee fan, I thought I would give some Florida love. So I'm wearing a Tampa Bay Devil Rays hat to show Florida love, since I am a resident now of Florida. Also, just wanted to show, this used to be the shirt I would wear at the flea market, but that's no longer in existence. So basically, it's just a regular shirt for me now. So also, I sell some comics. Check the playlist that I have under Comics for Sale. There's also a website that I sell stuff at. Check that out. The link is in the description. All right, so here is the book. This is definitely a book I would highly recommend to get. Now, there have been, and I'll say rumors, because as of now, nothing is guaranteed. Anything can change. And one of the biggest things I always say is make sure you do your research. Make sure you understand that when you're buying a spec book, there are always risks involved. And especially when it comes to newer books, there's a higher risk. I mean, if you're buying the first appearance of Amazing Spider-Man, you know, there's not going to be much risk involved. But if you're buying some of these newer books, you never know. It could end up being the next Harley Quinn, or it could be the next Naomi. So I know some people will get some bad feelings about that book, but hey, I tried to warn people about that. But remember, even at one point, Action Comics #1 was a modern book. So everything has to start out modern. It doesn't mean just because it's a new book and a new character does not mean it cannot be hot. Because I remember growing up in the 90s, when I collected comics, everybody was saying the same thing about Venom in Amazing Spider-Man 300. They said it would never amount to anything, and for 20, 30 years they were right. No one said anything about Carnage, or Gambit, or Cable, or Deadpool. 10 years ago, you could have bought a Deadpool comic in the dollar bin and probably passed it up. So you have to be patient. And some of these, keep in mind, and they taped this a little too well because I don't want to damage this. But keep in mind that some comics take time, and realize that the comic book companies right now are doing a lot of first appearances because they know it will make sales. So it's a business ploy, which means some of these may fail. I mean, they all might be successful, they all might fail. So you got to keep in mind that, one, they may not pan out. Two, they may burn out. Three, they may take decades to come to fruition. And every now and then, you're going to hit that needle in the haystack. So if you don't have the patience, if you don't have the ability to do research and everything, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to be happy. And comic collecting should be happy. It should be enjoyable no matter what you do it for. And remember, there's no wrong way to do it. Don't let other channels or other people tell you what you're doing is wrong because they do it differently. That's true diversity, at least in comics. All right, so I'm about to show, did Naomi 1 tank? Well, if you look at the prices of that book, it's definitely not going as well as it once did when it was first introduced, and I tried to warn people about that book, but people said I was wrong, and they were going with what I call the flavor of the month, and it fizzled out. It could rekindle, it could take a decade, who knows? But right now, how many people are talking about Naomi? So sometimes you're going to get your Weapon X's, which is another book I warned people about, but sometimes you're going to get your Batman Adventures 12. So it is worth taking the chance on, especially if you buy a book for cover price. Don't overspend unless you trust your instincts. Like the video I showed yesterday, it's one I recommend you check out. There was a couple of books, and I haven't shown some of them, that I may have paid the current price or a little bit over. I don't regret that because I have a feeling these books may go higher in the long term. So I wanted to get on board before it became something where it was like Ultimate Fallout 4, where you could have bought it for years for under $20. Now good luck buying it for under $400. So I figured it was worth taking a chance on. If it doesn't work, what are you going to do? All right, so you guys have been waiting patiently enough. This looks pretty darn good. I thought there was a defect on this, but it's actually what they did with the comic. So there is a little minor ink stain on the top, like very tip. So that will definitely keep it from being a 9.8, but it could be a 9.4 to a 9.6. You never know if a pressing gets that out, or that is part of the design. It could be, because I'll show you at the bottom. But without further ado, I've made you wait long enough. We have Young Avengers #1. This is the LA Wizard World variant, signed by Heinberg, who, by the way, this was his first work ever in professional comic books. So this is the first appearance of the Young Avengers and the first appearance of Kate Bishop, who is rumored to be in the movies. Now, they are rumoring there might be a Young Avengers movie, which would not surprise me at some point. And they've also rumored that Kate Bishop might end up being a part of it, or maybe have a solo movie. I don't think there'll be a solo movie, at least not for a while. But, again, rumors can change, but it's a high probability. This is definitely a book to catch. Most people are getting the regular first print. This one's pretty expensive, but you can always find deals, like I tell people, and somebody confirmed it yesterday. I believe his first name was Frank. Forgive me if I was wrong. Where they tried and actually made an effort and contacted somebody and got $250 off a Daredevil #1 just for asking. So you can do it if you put your mind to it. If you say it's crazy, you won't do it, and then, of course, you make that happen, and it confirms your belief of saying it's crazy. So if you got to change your belief system, and that's why I would rather have wisdom than knowledge. Because knowledge, somebody else taught you. Wisdom is your own experience. So I base everything that I tell you not on my knowledge, but on my wisdom through my experience. If you disagree with the fact that your belief system is important, you're going to end up having that proven right, which proves me right. So let me tell you the price, because I use my eBay bucks with this. I've already explained that, so if you haven't seen it, watch in the beginning. Sign up for the eBay Bucks if you don't know about it, especially if you live in the United States. I mean, it's free, and if you're going to buy this stuff anyway, you might as well. But again, let me do it slow motion so people can get a great look. This is Young Avengers #1. This is the LA Wizard World variant. First Bishop, Kate Bishop, and right there, it is signed by Heinberg, whose first professional work was in this book. Now, of course, it didn't come with a certificate of authenticity, and it's not graded, so I am taking a chance on this, but I'm so far batting 1,000 in the signature department. So this book would have been $199.99, which, if she ends up in a movie, is a great deal. If she ends up not being in a movie, or Young Avengers don't end up in a movie, it's a terrible deal. So again, you're taking a risk. But I didn't spend $199.99 for this book. With my eBay Bucks, after all is said and done, with shipping and handling, I paid $17.15 for this book. So eBay Bucks can dramatically lower the price of a key book or a potential key book, or just something else you need to buy. You don't have to use it for comics. And be able to get a book you may not have been able to get because it's basically free money. Now, right now, there are 38 people that are watching, only 13 likes, which means you guys got your work to do. Hit that like button to show me that you appreciate these kind of videos, my advice, trying to keep things in a positive perspective. So if you guys appreciate that, the only thing I ever ask from you guys is make sure you hit that like button, so this way it helps my channel grow to get other people to benefit from my little bit of wisdom. And you could say that facetiously if you want. So, Young Avengers #1, this is the Wizard World LA variant, first Kate Bishop. Definitely recommend it. Even if you only get the first print, I would definitely take the chance on this. Make sure you know how much it's worth before you just go and buy the first one you see. If you do that, again, you're going to be more unhappy than you are happy. Make sure you try and wait for deals, ask for deals, but when it comes to waiting for deals, especially newer books where there's rumors for movies, don't wait too long. How many people missed out on the opportunity of Ultimate Fallout 4? And I have subscribers that have been following me since my original channel started in 2015. Back when I was telling people to buy that book when you could get it for $10, people said, I can wait. Well, eventually, waiting is going to cost you. So it either means you're going to pay 100 to 200 to 300 times what you could have, and you waited anyway, or you're going to be like, it's out of my price range, I can't get it now. So, don't wait too long, but here's one more bit of advice, and then I'm going to pick the surprise subscriber shout-out. So again, 32 people watching, only 19 likes, which means most of you are not enjoying this. Shame on you. I'm only kidding, by the way. It doesn't matter to me. But, now I lost my train of thought. It doesn't matter. Alright, so, let me do today's surprise subscriber shout-out. If you want one, you can hit subscribe, but you don't have to. But we'd love you to do it. Check my playlists. And we're going to pick today, we're going to go back a little bit. We're going to go with Morikyo Pa. I'm sure I totally butchered that. Please let me know if you're still here and I totally butchered it. But it's Morikyopa. Morikyo Pa. Which could be, I don't know what it could be. I'm not going to assume. But that's today's surprise subscriber shout out. So if you want, just say, hey Mo, M-O, and that will be it. So that's today's surprise subscriber shout out. Thank you to the 20 people that took the time to like this video. It always shows that you appreciate what I do. If you get that book, ask for deals. Even if there is not a best offer, you never know. Somebody might actually say yes. Don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen. It's not going to happen every single time. But if anything, if it did, it wouldn't be as exciting after a while. So every now and then you need a little adversity to keep the regular parts of your life or things that come as a surprise that much more special. So put in the effort and you will always reap what you sow. So if you're giving out negativity, don't be surprised you're getting negativity. If you're giving out positive energy, don't be surprised that positive things start eventually coming back. But remember, it's going to be most likely not instant. Think of it like an echo. If you are screaming out into the Grand Canyon, the echo is going to take a while before it comes back to you. So it's not going to be instant. So if you try these techniques and say, oh, well, I tried it and I failed, I'm going to give up. Well, it doesn't work that way. You don't go to the gym the first day and become Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 70s. You have to work at it. You have to take time. So if you try my techniques that I'm giving and it doesn't work, if you get frustrated and give up, you did not give it time, which means you didn't truly trust in it. That's why I always say if you spell the word believe, there's the word lie straight in the middle. Because whether you believe or disbelieve, you don't know. And in this world, it's better to know than to believe or not believe. But that is for you to decide. So that is my words of wisdom. Hopefully you appreciate that beyond the fact that I just show some comics. I know some of you do. Some of you think I'm long-winded. But hey, the beautiful thing is there's so many other channels to check out if I am not your cup of tea. So with that being said, shout out to the shout out who was there. And he actually said I said it perfect. Wow. That's a first. So I'm glad you're still here. And that is our surprise subscriber shout out, Mori Kiyopa. I did get it right, so thank you for confirming that. Nikki, thank you for liking this. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It shows that my work is appreciated. I mean, I know some people may not think it's a big deal, but it helps my channel grow, which means I can help more people. And you guys know I'm all about helping you guys. So speaking of which, if you're looking into the deal I made with Southside Comics, it's a comic book store in Pennsylvania I just happened to contact. There is some discount codes if you order from them. They're in the description, so check them out. I'll have some more videos with pre-orders coming as soon as I get some that I think is worthy. Sign up for the cashback program, and do not forget, it's not you, it is not I, it's we love comics. I'll see you next video, everybody. Have a great day.